has experienced its share of problems despite constantly mesmerizing us with its positive aspects. The sport that was once outlawed in England for being too violent has not only given us role models but also lessons from the illustrious lives of others who achieved fame through their football prowess and quickly faded due to problems off the field. Without a team, no football club would be complete. Similarly, no sport would be enjoyable without the fans, and these supporters from all over the world contribute significantly to the club's success, both on and off the field. Given that football is almost a religion, it is not surprising that factions that will do anything for their club in the name of fervor and distort the game for the majority of fans around the world. In this episode, we examine some of these infamous episodes, or ultras as they are known, from around the world. Let's start with Galatasaray, Ultraslan. The Galatasaray Ultras, or Ultraslan as they are more commonly referred to, are some of the most ardent ultras in football. The Ultraslan were founded in 2001 when a number of smaller groups of supporters decided to unite in support of one of the top Turkish clubs in order to serve as a catalyst for success. Since then, they have built an infamous reputation for themselves. Regardless of their reputation, the Ultraslan have made life difficult for the visitors with their choreography and flair use. The phrase, "Welcome to hell," is frequently used to welcome visiting teams, and the Ultraslan have made sure to live up to their words, not just for the players but also for the visiting fans. The fan base, which currently holds the Guinness record for being the loudest in the world, has engaged in a number of fights both on and off the field over the years with supporters of Leeds United, Arsenal, Besiktas, and arch-rivals Fenerbahce. The Ultraslan frequently disrupt games with their hooliganism and have resulted in numerous casualties over the years, especially when emotions are high during the games. You think this is frightening? Let me shock you with Napoli Ultra. The Ultras movement began in Italy, and historically speaking, Napoli's supporters were among the forerunners because they were the first in Italy to use firecrackers inside a stadium. Despite having the fourth largest following in all of Italy today, Napoli fans' reputation has recently been tarnished by reports of knife-wielding gangs attacking fans of visiting teams, particularly in European competition, following altercations outside the San Siro in 2019. A Napoli Ultra fan was detained and charged with killing an Inter Milan supporter. Fabio Manduca, 39, was accused of driving a car in a fatal collision with 35-year-old Daniele Bellarminelli before a league game. Investigators encountered a rule of omerta, which is a mafia code of silence from Inter fans, according to Claudio Cicciamara. Lazio irreducibles are scary as hell. Paolo Di Canio, who is also renowned for his totalitarian celebrations, has described the club's supporters as the most threatening in all of Italian football. The club was founded in the early 1900s, and Benito Mussolini, the dreaded dictator, is believed to be one of its early members. The club's supporters, who have engaged in numerous physical altercations with supporters of other clubs, aren't afraid to advertise their neo-Nazi affiliation, particularly on the famous Terrace Curva Nord to this day. Since as Roma, the crosstown rival, also has a reputation for being violent, the Rome derby frequently garners more media attention for what happens off the field than what happens on it. The supporters have even been connected to terrorist attacks against anti-Nazi supporters. In 2012, they ambushed a group of Tottenham supporters in a bar and carried out a well-planned attack against them that left a bloodbath and at least a few Tottenham supporters hospitalized. The Ultras have engaged in racial abuse of out-of-town players and supporters in recent years. Even some of their own players have faced abuse, making the team one of the most despised not just in Italy but worldwide. Wait, this right here might be the most dangerous of them all. Los Borrachos del Tablon, River Plate. The Los Borrachos del Tablon, drunks of Leaderboard, who are a part of the Barra Brava gang that controls Latin American football, are well known for their shenanigans off the field. Countless illegalities, including killings, have been carried out by the Ultras. In the past, a game against a rival team like Boca Juniors or Newell's Old Boys has usually brought out the worst in the Ultras. 2 fans lost their lives and several were hurt when the Ultras ambushed a bus carrying supporters of Newell's Old Boys in 2004. In 2002, River Plate's match against Boca Juniors was called off after one of the Boca fans was shot. In 2011, after the club was demoted for the first time in 110 years and got into a fight with the police that left 65 of them hurt, things really got out of hand. The club's ultras have also been involved in an intra-ultra war in past years, with 2 strong units fighting to take over the leadership of the notorious group and being involved in a bloody power struggle, while the opposition fans received no momentary relief. Hooliganism at the club has persisted since 1958. The murder of a fan came to public attention, but the Ultras seem not eager to give up any control or their unruly capabilities. Boixo's noise of FC Barcelona can't be excluded. Although the club has recently come to be associated with sophistication, their Ultras Boixo's noise, also known as the Crazy Boys, are anything but sophisticated. The group was established in 1981 and even had a special relationship with the club until President Joan Laporta decided to ban them from the stadium in 2003. It is assumed that they are politically affiliated with far-right Catalan separatism. The Ultra Group, who have been vociferous in their support for violence, made a terrible public statement about their intentions when they ripped down a banner at the Camp Nou that praised Liverpool after the Heysel tragedy. Despair spread among football fans across the country after one of the Ultras Group's members was given a 26-year prison term for the murder of an Espanyol fan, a crosstown rival. The Bloxers Noise did not think twice to start disruption despite their later agreement to act properly inside the stadium because the club could not hold them accountable for any actions outside the Camp Nou. When former player Luis Figo came back to Camp Nou in 2002, although with a different club, the Ultras made sure their moods were recognized by throwing a pig's head at Figo. This put them in the news for all the wrong reasons. The group does have some issues with racism, and they were adamantly against Laporta becoming the club's president in 2003 because he was a Jew. The Ultras threatened the president with death after Laporta banned them and even attacked him close to his house. Next is Real Madrid, Ultrasur, formed in 1980. The Ultrasur has been led by José Luis Oquita, been arrested multiple times as well as banned from many sporting venues, has served as their leader. The Ultras developed a reputation for being the most violent group of fans in Spain because of the devotion to Real Madrid and their belief that they were the club's public face. They dealt with the taunts directed at the opposing fans in their own unique ways. This group, which is thought to be an ultra group that functions similarly to the Lazio Ultra group irreducibly, is thought to be aligned with right-wing politics and has garnered notoriety for its racist actions. Their actions were noticed, and soon stories about the turmoil among many other fan base started to circulate. However, the Ultrasur persisted their mission of obstructing daily functions in and around the matches. They have abused a number of players racially in recent years, which prompted UEFA to open an investigation into the club. The last to talk about will be Red Star Belgrade, Delije. The Ultra Group was created in 1989 when a number of smaller groups joined forces to create a unified fan base. Since then, they have cemented the place in the club's history, with the club even naming a stand in their honor. When the Delije travelled to Zagreb to watch their club play Dinamo Zagreb on May 13, 1990, they became embroiled in one of the worst riots in football history. After the game, there was a protracted physical altercation between supporters of the two clubs due to political tensions, especially in light of the impending independence of Croatia. The Delije even served as the headquarters for the Serb Volunteer Guard, a paramilitary organization led by Arkan that participated in the Yugoslavian wars, got into chaos frequently, and was even barred from entering Europe for 5 years. Even today, there have been countless reports of crowd violence during the derby between Red Star Belgrade and Partizan Belgrade. Just so you know, these are the most dangerous ultra groups you wish never to meet on a game day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more football content on this channel. Guess what? Bye.